on a viewer of the week who just wanted her son to feel like all the other kids, and it led to her call for a fashion revolution. Take a look.
My name is Mindy, and Greg and I have been married for 15 years. We have 3 children. Stella is 12, Oliver is 10, and Beau is 5. Our son Oliver was born with a very rare form of muscular dystrophy called rigid spine. He couldn't hold his head up at 3 months old. He was very, very limp, so we knew that something was not right. It took about 4 years for the doctors to finally diagnose him, and he's one of 70 cases in the world, so we're very lucky that they even discovered this form of muscular dystrophy. By definition, muscular dystrophy is a degenerative disease, so he will lose capacity with his muscle strength over the course of his life. His version also affects his pulmonary system, so he has to wear a BiPAP machine at night because he just can't breathe in well enough and breathe out well enough to be able to sustain a normal life on his own. So that machine really helps him be able to have energy to go through the day the next day. The doctors don't know how rapidly the disease is going to degenerate, so we honestly take it day by day.
To see him struggle with things that otherwise seem basic, it's the hardest thing for a parent to watch. You know, if I could, I would do anything to give him the ability to handle life easily. Unfortunately, it's nothing that I could change.
One of the most difficult parts of Oliver's disability is that there's absolutely nothing that we can do about it. As a parent, that is, you want to take away any pain, any hurt from your kids, and to have to sit on the sidelines and watch him deteriorate, for lack of a better word, in front of your eyes is the most difficult thing we've ever been through as a parent.
As a father, just being able to reach down and pick up your children, whether it's in their time of need or just to pick them up and hold them. At 8 years old, he said to me, "Daddy, what if I'm not strong enough to pick up my children?" That was the hardest thing I've ever heard.
At about 8 years old, he started caring about what he wore. And one day he came home from school and said, "Mom, my friends are all gonna wear jeans to school tomorrow. Can I wear jeans?" It's impossible to fit jeans over his leg braces. And he can't do a button and a zipper on his pants, so he wouldn't be able to go to the bathroom on his own at school. And it was at that moment that I chose to leave the career that I had and start the foundation called Runway of Dreams, in which we are working night and day to educate and inspire designers to have adapted versions, just with modifications to them, to make them more adaptive for the disabled community.
His ability to do daily activities may become more difficult, but if he can continue with his positive outlook and never give up, keep trying, that's all we could ask for him.
Shoot, Oliver! Shoot, Oliver! Yeah!
He's a true gift in our life.
Please welcome Mindy and Greg Shire and their magnificent family. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So we all ran over here because we needed to be closer. This was too much distance. So here we all are, down here on the steps. But tell me, where does all of your strength come from? I have a theory, but tell me, where does the strength come from as a family?
I think not having a choice, that you wake up every day and you say, this is what the cards that we've been dealt, and we can either choose to curl up in a ball and not do anything, or we can say, you know what, we're gonna make the best of it. We have positive attitudes, every member of our family, and together we're gonna make it through.
As a, right? Just before we get to your cause and your mission. Tell me how you raise such exquisite children. All three of them. Tell me, because I've got one, and I want them to turn out like this.
You want to answer that?
I guess just, you know, trying to teach them the right thing. You know, always do what you feel is right. Accept people for who they are. You know, and I think for our other two children, the situation we've been dealt with Oliver has taught them a lot about life and accepting differences and accepting people and, you know, appearance and everything that makes everybody here different.
Yeah.
It's just...
And how about these strangers that I came and sat on top of? This is Mom and Dad, right?
My parents, yeah.
So I broke the deal. I made a no crying pact with Dad.
I told you not to look at him.
So it's my fault. So Mindy, I want to get to what you're trying to accomplish, really, to honor your son. And can you talk about it and what you're trying to get the entire fashion industry behind?
Absolutely. The mission of Runway of Dreams and the reason why I created it was so that we could partner with brands to add modifications to their existing clothing, their mainstream clothing, so that it can be inclusive for the differently abled community. Because, for example, Oliver doesn't see himself any different than any other 10-year-old boy, so therefore he shouldn't dress any different or should have the same choices as everybody else.
I love what you just said, differently able. Differently able. I think that's how we should proceed from here on. Now, I know that you designed those clothes so that he was able to snap on and snap off pants and shirts. And are there any designers out there that are interested in partnering with you? And if so, who are they?
We do have a very big brand. I'm so excited to be able to announce it. I unfortunately can't today, but maybe we'll come back and announce it.
You better. You better.
In an amazing way, this is what I'll say to you. Oliver is in no different position than any of us. None of us know when or how or anything. So he's just keeping on. He's doing like we're all doing. We're just moving forward day to day.
Exactly.
It's like everybody.
Exactly. And you brought some really special people here with us today. Can you give us a little preview of what we're about to see?
Yes, I'm so thrilled to be able to say that on the stage of The View, we're going to have the first, I think, ever fashion show that we have differently abled models wearing mainstream clothing that has been modified, that was bought right off the rack.
All right, so next we're going to show you some of the modifications Mindy and Runway of Dreams wants the fashion industry to make, along with some very special models.
Fashion with a passion is hitting our runway right after this.